Hi guys, how are ya? Today is Thursday, September 24th. So today what we're going to do, and please don't be intimidated by the title of the class, it's going to be a yoga class for splits. It's not asking you to do splits. I can't do splits. It's not asking that. But what it is going to do, it's really going to work the whole hip joint. So your hip flexors, the outer hips, the back of the hips, the inner thighs. It's really going to work all that to really create some space. In particular, women are tighter, or not tighter, they store a lot of their emotions in their hips. Men are tighter throughout there. So that's what we are going to focus on today. You will need either a couple of towels or blankets just to raise the floor to you, or you need blocks, whatever you have. If you have stacks of books, whatever, just something to raise the floor to you. And then also we're going to lay on, put the blankets or towels or block underneath our sacrum. So go ahead, find yourself a comfortable seat or lay down, whatever feels good for you. And bring your eyes to close. Let the outside world go. And bring your awareness onto yourself and onto your breathing. And so my quote for today is, "It is not what you say to everyone else that determines your life. It's what you whisper to yourself that has the greatest power." It is not what you say to everyone else that determines your life. It's what you whisper to yourself that has the greatest power. And I just love that. It's, how do you feel about yourself? Not what you're trying to convince others you feel. How do you feel about yourself? Do you think highly of yourself? Do you feel positive? Do you feel strong? Do you feel intelligent? Do you whisper those kind things to yourself, or do you beat yourself up? Do you look for all the good that you do, or do you look for the one little thing that you might have gotten wrong? So whisper those kind words to yourself. Whisper the value to yourself. You are valued. You are an important person. You matter. Those are the things you whisper and tell yourself. Not what you have to tell everybody else, what you tell yourself. Take a couple more breaths right where you're at. And then gently blink your eyes to open. If you are laying down, go ahead and bring yourself back up to a comfortable seat. And I'd like you to either sit, I got my Maggie with me again today. I'd like you to sit either crisscross applesauce with the left leg in front. Watch out, Mom, can I move over here? Yeah, touch over here. There you go. So crisscross applesauce with the left leg in front, hard flex left foot, or if you want to sit with your legs out, left leg on top, again, still hard flex to the left foot. So sit nice and tall, and then just walk your hands forward. We're not going for the deepest stretch here first thing. I just want you to observe how the hips feel. And when you get to the point where you feel a bit of a stretch, just let your head fall and release. Again, we're not going for our deepest hip stretch here. It's just to start waking the hips up. inhale, slowly walk your hands off to the right side. Reach long with that left arm. And again, it doesn't have to be your deepest stretch ever. We're just waking up. We're just trying to bring the awareness and breath to the hip area. Then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, walk the hands back up. Go ahead and stretch the legs out or across the legs, shake them out. And then go ahead and either crisscross applesauce with the right leg in front or the right leg on top. Either way, keep the hard flex to that right foot. Sit tall with your spine. And then again, just walk your hands forward. And when you start to feel that stretch, let your head fall and be heavy and take a few breaths. Next, inhale, walk the hands off to the left, reach long with that right arm. Take a couple breaths. Inhale, walk the hands back. And then exhale, walk your hands, back up to sit vertical. Stretch the legs out, shake them out a little bit. Might can flex your feet a couple times. And then just sit however's comfortable and inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale your hands on down. And again, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale your hands on down. One more time, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart, close your eyes. Set your intention for today's practice. And lower the hands on down, blink your eyes open. Go ahead and take your hands back behind you just for some support. Still keep your posture tall, don't slouch. So your feet are flexed, your legs are stretched out, and you're just gonna inhale and lift that right leg up off your mat. Maybe it only goes a smidge, that's great. Maybe you can go higher. What I don't want you to do is to get the leg higher and compromise your posture. So posture stays tall, leg stays lower. It's just to build some hip flexor strength. So stay there, keep breathing, keep breathing. And then exhale, drop it down, shake it out. Same thing other side, so when you're ready, inhale, lift that left leg up. It's a hard one. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Exhale, drop it down, shake it out. We'll do one more each side. When you're ready, inhale, lift that right leg up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Don't hold your breath just because it's challenging. Exhale, drop it down, shake it out. Last one, when you're ready, inhale, lift the left leg up. And then exhale, drop it down, shake it out, head it out, rub it out, whatever feels good for you. Maybe rub your hip flexors a little bit. Then go ahead and bring the bottoms of your feet together. Come into butterfly pose. And pull your feet as close to your body as what's comfortable, but make sure that you can still sit up nice and tall. So sit up nice and tall then. You can hang onto your feet and just lean forward a smidge. Maybe you can lean forward a lot, but I want you to keep the posture nice and tall. So don't round to go further. Posture nice and tall. Do the pose with a little bit more integrity. Take a few breaths here. Again, getting to that inner thigh. Next inhale, come back to sit tall. Take your feet out to like a diamond shape, so further away from you. Sit tall with your spine. Go ahead and lean forward. And then when you can't go anymore, this time you can go ahead and round your spine. You can let your head fall and be heavy. Take a few breaths. And next inhale, slowly come back up. Bring the knees together, feet flat. Take the feet about hip distance or a little wider, hands behind, and just rock the hips side to side just to counter that. And then go ahead and either grab your block or your stacks of blankets or towels. I would grab my blankets to show you that somebody has made herself quite comfortable on my blankets. So if you have your stacked blankets or towels, it's the same thing. So you're gonna take your block or your towels and you're just gonna put it long ways right underneath your sacrum, so right underneath that bony part. So you're gonna lay them down, and this is where you're gonna tuck the blankets or the block right underneath the sacrum. So you're in a supported bridge pose here. And then you're gonna pull both knees into your chest. And you're gonna keep the right knee and extend the left leg up to the sky. And on an exhale, drop that left leg down towards the earth. So we do this pose a lot when we're just laying flat on the ground, but when you raise your hips up, you can get deeper opening to the hip flexor because you've got more room to lower that left leg down towards the earth. Take a few breaths here. It's a big hip flexor opening. It should feel good. You may realize that you're tighter there than you thought. So take a few breaths. And if you don't have blocks or blankets or towels, you could always just do this pose flat on the floor or on your mat. Next inhale, slowly pull that left knee back in because that was a huge stretch. And then keep that left knee, inhale that right leg up to the sky. And then exhale, slowly lower that right leg down. Again, we're gonna hold this for a bit longer because it's a huge stretch and it should feel so good to open that hip flexor up, creating some more space. And just breathe. Next inhale, pull that right knee back on in. Slowly lower your feet one at a time back down to your mat. And just take a breath or two here in your supported bridge pose. And then your next inhale, lift those hips up. Remove the block or the blankets or towels, lower down. You can rock those knees side to side. And then we're going to take I don't want to say a real bridge pose. We're going to do bridge pose now without the block. So when you're ready, press those feet down, lift those hips up. Keep breathing when you're at the top of your bridge pose. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then next, exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Rock those legs side to side. And when you're ready, you can either roll off to your right side or you can rock and roll forward and back and come back up to a seat. Take my sweatshirt off. Yay. Okay, so go ahead and swing your legs around. Come into tabletop position. Shake your hips out. Exhale, round the spine. Just take a cat pose. And inhale, take a cow. Again, exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. And last one, drop the belly low. Inhale, look up. Come back to a neutral spine. You're going to take your right leg, stretch it straight back behind you. And then you're going to pull that right leg forward like you're trying to bring your knee up to your elbow, your shoulder, and just hold it there. Again, building some strength on that hip. And then inhale, shoot that right leg back. Exhale, drop it on down. Same thing other side, so left leg, inhale back. And then bring that left knee towards your shoulder, your elbow, somewhere in between. And just hold it and breathe. Maggie. And then inhale, stretch the leg back. Drop it on down, shake the hips out. Go ahead and take your knees wide, toes together. Push back to a child's pose. And then inhale, come back and up to tabletop. You're going to bring your right foot, or actually if you want to push back to a downward facing dog, you can take a dog. If you don't want to take a dog, you're going to step your right foot forward between your hands. So either way, whichever one you want to do, if you have your blocks and you want to use them, you certainly can. If you don't, or your blankets, whatever you want to use, it's totally up to you. But down doggers, go ahead and step that right foot forward, drop the back knee down, and then you're going to come and lean into that right knee. So again, we're opening up that left hip flexor. So you can keep your hands on the ground, you can bring them to your knee, you can bring one up into Crescent Lunge, and the Crescent Lunge, Anjaneyasana, sorry, Crane pose, my bad. Take a few breaths wherever you're at. And then exhale, lower the hands down if they're lifted. Push your bum back a little bit, fold over that front leg. And then again, go ahead and lean deep into that leg. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee up. So now you're in your low runner's lunge. And again, you can stay here with the hands down. If you want to raise both arms to the knees, if you want to come all the way up into full crescent lunge this time, you can. Again, building strength in the legs, stabilizing through the hips to create space, to create strength. And then exhale the hands back down if they're lifted. Keep the left hand down. You can twist and raise the right arm for dragonfly. And then exhale that right hand down. Drop that back knee down. Push the bum back a little bit and fold over the front leg. back and up. If you have your blocks or your blankets or towels, you may want them here. So you're going to work towards trying to straighten that front leg now, that right leg. It doesn't have to go all the way straight. It can have a slight bend in the knee or it can be straight. But hard flex that right foot. So now you're just going to sit tall, or sit, kneel, whatever I am, tall. And you're just going to go ahead and fold forward. So we're getting a huge hamstring stretch. So this is the part where I said about it being a splits class. We went this way first, open up that back leg, so that's the back leg of the split. Now we're doing the front leg, which is the front leg of the split. So again, I'm not making you do full splits, guys. So just breathe into that hamstring. You should feel it all with the back of the calf, the knee, the thigh, into the hip and the bum. Take a few breaths here. It's a big stretch. Maggie, no. Maggie, no. And then your next inhale, come up, bend that knee back. You're going to take that right foot, take it out to the outside edge of your mat. And then you're going to lean forward again. So you can come forward on the hands, you can use your blocks. So right toes are turned out on a 45, the heel is on. So again, we're just getting to that psoas muscle now. Stretching all the muscles in that hip joint. You can keep your hands like this. If you want to come down onto your forearms, you can come down onto your forearms. Whatever feels good for you. But again, we're going to hold this a bit longer. Again, a big stretch. We're really trying to create space and strength in those hips. And next inhale, if you're down on your forearms, come back to your hands. Bring that right leg back around to midline. Bring that right knee back around. And if you want to do some hip circles, loosen it up. Go both directions. Maybe you want to touch back to a closed-legged child's pose. Maybe you want to take a dog, whatever feels good for you. And then come back to tabletop. So your right leg should feel nice and open, loose, created space. We're going to get the left leg there as well now. So if you want to push back to down dog, you certainly can. Or if you want to come straight from tabletop to bring the left leg between your hands. If you're in your down dog, go ahead and step that left foot forward, drop the back. So step that left foot forward, drop the back knee down, and then go ahead and lean deep into that left knee. Your hands can stay down on the floor, on your blocks or blankets, your knee, or full crane pose. And then next exhale, drop the hands down, push the bum back a little bit, fold over that leg. And then come back up, lean deep into that front knee, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee up. Again, you can stay here with your hands down, you can bring them to the front knee, you can bring them all the way up for full crescent, whatever feels good for you. Any and all are totally acceptable. And then exhale those hands down. Keep the right hand planted, twist and come into dragonfly. And exhale that left hand down. Drop the back knee down. Push your bum back a little bit and fold over the leg. And then come back on up. Again, if you want to grab your blocks or your blankets or towels, we're going to work towards straightening that flat knee again. It doesn't have to go all the way straight. It can have a slight bend, but you want that left foot flexed nice and hard. So grow tall. Maggie, no. Grow tall. Maggie, no. Grow tall with your spine. Sorry, guys. And then when you're ready, exhale, fold over that leg. So again, this is the other half of the split here now. And then inhale, come up. Bend that knee. Take that left foot onto the outside edge of your mat. Heel stays on, toes go off. And then go ahead and lean deep into that knee again. And again, we're getting to the psoas muscle now. Again, so you can stay right here, being on your hands right like this. You can come down onto your forearms, whatever feels good for you. But take a few breaths. And your next inhale, come back to your hands if you're down on your forearms. Bring that left leg back to midline. Bring that left knee around. And again, if you want to do some hip circles, you can do both directions. If you want to shake the hips. If you want to take a closed-legged child's pose, you can. Or dog, you can. Whatever feels good for you. And then inhale, come back on up. Go ahead and grab your blocks, blankets, or towels. And we're going to stay here on our knees, and we're just going to take our right knee out to the side, forming a 90-degree angle. Blocks or blankets are here just in case you need them for balance. Or you can even use the back of a chair if you have a back of a chair. So, take the arms out to a T. We're just working some balance here. And then while we're here balancing, go ahead and straighten that right leg. Again, be slightly bent or totally straight. Hard flex that right foot. You can stay right here. If you want to tip, you can go ahead and tip and reach your fingertips towards that right foot. So again, a different part of the thigh, the hip stretch. I even feel it in my side body here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then when you're ready, tip back up, bend that knee back in, bring that knee back forward, and you can rest your fingertips down, bring that knee back around, shake it out and out. Same thing on the other side, so take the left knee to 90-degree angle. Find your balance if you'd like to, or if you want to keep one hand on the blocks or on the chair in front of you, totally fine. You take the arms out to a T, and then wherever you're at, slowly slide that left foot out. Again, left foot keeps a hard flex to the foot. And then you can stay here. If you want to tip, you can tip the left fingers towards the left toes. If you're tipping and balance is an issue, you can hold on to the chair in front of you, you can hold on to the wall, you can move your block with you. So you're still getting the inner thigh stretch, the side body stretch, whatever feels good for you. go ahead, tip back straight. Bend that knee in, walk the knee back around. Bring the knee all the way back around and shake those hips out. Okay, come and have a seat. No, let's do it standing up. So we haven't stood up. So go ahead and stand on up. And go, I'm going to turn my mat sideways. Okay, there we go. Okay, so sideways on your mat, have your blocks, blankets, or towels with you. And go ahead and take a wide-legged stance. Feet are parallel, outside the feet are parallel to the outside edge of your mat. And just bend the knees one at a time, rocking back and forth. You know, so splits go, you can have one leg forward, one leg back, but you also have your straddle splits too. So you gotta do this kind of split too. So yes, we gotta keep working through it, guys. So keep bending one leg at a time. And then the next time your right knee is bent, keep that right knee bent. Take your blocks, blankets, or towels over to that right foot with you to help you with balance. And just enjoy the stretch. Keep breathing. I know they're big stretches today, but these parts are important to the work. And this is an especially good class, like when the weather starts to change and really gets cold, like next week I saw a rolling high in the 50s, which I'm totally fine with, but the hips tend to tighten up. So this would be a great class even to do next week. Go ahead and straighten that right knee, bring the blocks back to center, and then bend one knee at a time again, rocking side to side. And then next time the left knee is bent, stay there. Walk the blocks over to the left foot. Take a few breaths here. Again, the feet are parallel to the outside edge of the mat. We haven't turned our toes. And then inhale, come back to center, straighten that left leg. You can go ahead and fold forward just to release the low back. And then inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Turn those right toes out to a 45. Bend that knee. Take the blocks with you over to that right foot. So it's a different part that's stretching out. Maybe I find I can go deeper when my foot is turned out versus when it's parallel. So hang out here. And then straighten the knee on an inhale. Parallel that right foot. Bring the blocks back to center. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Turn the left toes out on a 45. Bend that left knee. Take the blocks over to that left foot. And again, just hang out there. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And straighten that left knee, parallel that left foot, bring the blocks back to center, and then go ahead and release and fold. When you release and fold, you can have your hands right in front of you, or you can try reaching your hands through your legs. Take a couple breaths here. And then if your hands are through your legs, walk them back up to a flat back. Go ahead and toe heel your feet more towards each other. So I don't want them together. I want them about as wide as what you do for Goddess Squat or Malasana, because that's where we're going next. So go ahead, bend your knees to your degree. You can stay right here like this if you'd like. You can bring your hands to prayer if you'd like. You can sink a little lower. Any and all variations are fine. You go where you feel best. All this is meant to do is to work the ankles, knees, and hips. And again, it's strengthening those hip flexors, finding some space there. So that's what our focus is for today. Remember, splits. So take a few breaths there. And then drop the hands, straighten the knees, and let your head fall and be heavy. Go ahead and walk your hands over towards that left foot. And then walk them back to center, and exhale, walk them over to the right foot. And then inhale, come back to center. Go ahead and bring your feet back together. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale and fold. Again, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. One more time, inhale, lift up halfway. Go ahead and reach those arms back behind you. Palms are down, raise those arms up. Pulling the belly in. And exhale, release and fold. Inhale here. Exhale to roll all the way back up to a stand, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale to mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back to have a seat on your mat. Set your blocks or blankets aside. We're getting to the outer hips now. So outer hip variations, there's several you can do. You choose which one feels best for you right now. So you can take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee, and just sit tall here. That's enough. Stay right there. If you want to sit tall like this and lean forward, great, go for that. If you want to do the one with the hands behind you, take your hands behind you and you can bend that bottom leg up. That's great too. Last option is if you want to do half pigeon on the floor, you'll come into tabletop. You will bring your right knee towards your right wrist. Your right foot kind of kicks towards the hand. That left leg extends back nice and long. And then you can come on down and fold. So any and all variations are totally fine. Just hang out there. You have about 10 breaths getting to the outer hip. One more inhale right where you're at. And one last exhale there. If you are in half pigeon on the floor, go ahead and come back to your hands. Slowly slide that right knee back. You can do hip circles, you can take a dog, you can take a child's pose. If you were seated in your hip opener, you can straighten that bottom leg if it was bent. Uncross the right, you can shake the legs out, you can rub out, you can rub them out, whatever feels good for you. Point and flex your feet a couple times. We're going to switch and do the other side now. So again, any and all variations are great. Left ankle over the right knee, sit tall and lean forward, sit tall and bend the bottom leg up. Or last option is to take the left knee to the left wrist, stretch that right leg back long, and go ahead and fold. Again, whichever variation fits you best for today, for right now, is what you should be doing. Hang out there for about 10 breaths. And take your last breath in here. Last breath out. If you're in half pigeon again, come back to your hands. Slide that front knee back. And take your hip circles, child's pose, whatever you wish to do. If you were seated and that bottom leg was bent, go ahead and straighten it out. Uncross the legs. Shake them out. Pat them out. Rub them out. Whatever feels good for you. And then I want everybody to come back to a comfortable seated position. And at the beginning of class, I had you either crisscross or with your legs out with one leg on top. So go again with that right leg in front or on top. And I just want you to walk the hands forward and fold and see the difference that you feel in your hips versus pre-class or beginning of class versus the end of class. Can you go a little bit deeper? Do you feel a little bit more open in the hips? Did the splits class work, I hope? And walk the hands off to the left, reach long with the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, walk the hands up. Uncross the legs, you can shake them out. And then same thing on the other side, so crisscross with the left leg in front or the left leg on top. And then sit tall and walk the hands forward and fold. I like to do this in classes just to see, like assess where you were at the beginning of class as far as your flexibility, your openness. And then at the end of the class to see how much space did you really create. It's just a good little assessment tool to do. And then inhale, walk the hands off to the left or the right, reach along with the left. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, walk the hands back up. Go ahead and lay on down on your mat. Take your legs as wide as your mat. Your arms are away from your body. Your palms are facing up. And settle into your Shavasana. And you are more than welcome to stay here in your Shavasana if you have time. If not, begin to deepen your breath and wiggle your fingers and toes. Go ahead and reach your arms up overhead, full body stretch. And then bend the knees up, roll off to your right side. Pause there, take a breath or two. And when you're ready, come back to a comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you guys for practicing with me today. I greatly appreciate all your love and all your support. And remember to whisper those sweet nothings to yourself. Whisper to yourself that you are good, you are kind, you are loved, you are intelligent, you are brave, you are confident. Those things you tell yourself are the things that get you through life and make you who you are. So make sure you whisper the positive things to yourself. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy, and may your mind be at ease. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a great Thursday. It's almost the weekend. If you're near the clinic this weekend or early next week, please be careful because the debate is going to be there. So roads are closed. There's heightened security. So just be careful if you're down there. Be wise. If you have to go down, maybe give yourself more time. Because of the road closures, garages are closed. They're shifting everything around. So just be safe. Have a great weekend. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend again. I love and miss all of you so much. Take care. Namaste, guys. Love you. Hugs and kisses. Bye.